Have you ever wondered where it all began? Not just history, but our asterisk history. The story of humanity is written not just in books, but in the very earth beneath our feet. Today we're journeying back millions of years to walk in the footsteps of our earliest ancestors. Let's trace the footprints of the first humans. Our story starts in Lutoli, Tanzania. Imagine this. 3.6 million years ago, a nearby volcano erupts, blanketing the landscape in a fine layer of ash. Then, it rains, turning the ash into a kind of natural cement. And across this damp, muddy surface, 3 individuals walk. These weren't apes, and they weren't modern humans. They were Australopithecus afarensis, early hominins, and they left behind a trail of footprints that would be fossilized and preserved for millennia. When paleoanthropologist Mary Leakey and her team discovered these tracks in 1978, it was a revelation. Why? Because these footprints were undeniably bipedal. The arch, the heel strike, the big toe in line with the others, it was clear proof that our ancestors were walking upright on 2 legs long before their brains grew significantly larger. This wasn't just a casual stroll. It was a fundamental shift in our evolutionary journey, freeing up our hands to create tools, carry food, and eventually reshape the world. The Lutoli footprints give us a snapshot, a frozen moment in time, of a family, perhaps a small group moving together across the ancient African savanna. But the story doesn't end there. Fast forward to about 1.5 million years ago in Illirik, Kenya. Here, researchers found another set of astonishing footprints, this time belonging to Homo erectus. These weren't the short, shuffling steps of Australopithecus. The Illirik footprints show a longer stride, a modern foot arch, and a gait virtually identical to our own. This tells us that by this point, our ancestors had evolved the ability for long-distance running and walking. They were efficient travelers, capable of covering vast territories, likely hunting and scavenging. They had the anatomy of endurance athletes, a key adaptation that allowed them to spread out of Africa and across the globe. Let's jump even further ahead, to a far more recent and poignant discovery. On the coast of Norfolk, England, a storm in 2013 washed away coastal sediment to reveal something incredible, a series of 850,000-year-old footprints, the oldest ever found outside of Africa. These belong to a pioneering group of early humans, possibly Homo antecessor, who had braved the northern climates. Analysis of the prints suggests they were a family group, including adults and several children, walking along an ancient estuary. You can almost picture them a family foraging for food by the water's edge, leaving a fleeting trace of their existence that by sheer luck survived for nearly 1 million years. From the volcanic ash of Tanzania to the muddy shores of England, these ancient footprints are more than just fossils. They are direct, personal connections to our distant past. They aren't bones or tools. They are records of action, of movement, of life being lived. They remind us that before there were cities, before there was writing, before there were civilizations, there were families walking together, leaving their marks on the world, one step at a time. These are the first pages of our human story. Thank you so much for joining me on this incredible journey back in time. If you found this as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more adventures into our shared past. Until next time, keep exploring.